Hello, I'm Bartley Carlson with Agilent Technologies. Today we're going to show you how to do a tip seal change for either the IDP 10 or the IDP 7. For today's tip seal change, we will need a few tools: a 4mm and a 6mm Allen wrench, a cutting blade of some sort, a pry tool to remove the tip seal material from the scroll module, some lint-free wipes, possibly some Scotch-Brite, and some isopropyl alcohol. Prior to doing any maintenance on any piece of equipment, we should always ensure the primary power is disconnected. First, we will start with the 6mm Allen wrench screw and remove the 3 bolts on the front cowling housing. We will gently remove the housing from the assembly and disconnect the fan from the main chassis. We will now set that cowling to the side. Next, we will use a 4mm Allen wrench to remove the 4 bolts from the outboard housing. After the 4 bolts are removed from the outboard housing, gently remove the outboard housing from the inboard. Take the O-ring and dispose of it, as a new one will be provided in your tip sealed kit. Next, we will need the little pry tool to remove the tip seal material. Gently go underneath the tip seal and lightly pry it up. You can now easily remove the tip seal just by pulling gently. This can also be disposed of, as you are provided new ones with your kit. The same will be done on the main housing. This can also be disposed of. As you remove the outboard housing, you will notice that the inboard and outboard housing are probably both dirty. Using isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe, we can start to clean the scroll module inside each of the grooves and all the way around until all foreign particulate and dirt has been removed. If any of this material is caked on or needs extra attention and some extra elbow grease, Scotch-Brite can come in handy. Continue cleaning until all surfaces are free of all dirt and grime. Now that we have completed the cleaning of the outboard and inboard scroll modules, we will install the new tip seal material provided in your rebuild kit. This is one continuous piece of tip seal and needs to be installed from the center to the outside. Remember to leave 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of space between the very end, and starting in the center, work your way all the way around the tip seal base. When we are 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch away from the end, we will use our cutting tool to snip the end. We will repeat this procedure on the inboard housing. Again, when we are 1/8 to 1/4 inch away from the end, we make a snip. With a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, clean the O-ring groove on the inboard housing. Also clean the O-ring groove on the outboard housing. Once your O-ring groove is clean, take your new O-ring provided in your kit and place it in the O-ring groove. Now it is time to reinstall the outboard housing back to its original position. Reinstall the 4 bolts. Using the 4mm Allen wrench, tighten those bolts. Now it is time to reinstall the front cowling. Don't forget to plug back in the fan assembly. Gently place the cowling in its position and press it into place. Using the 3 bolts that we removed earlier, we will use the number 6 Allen wrench key and reinstall. Now that we've completed the tip seal change on the IDP 7 or 10, let's plug it back into mains power. We will now turn on the pump and see if there are any abnormal noises. If for any reason there's loud clunking or things sound off, you may have done your assembly incorrectly and may need to repeat the process. At this moment, this pump sounds terrific. Now that you have completed a tip seal change on either the IDP 10 or the IDP 7, if you have any questions, feel free to give your sales engineer a call or customer care at 1-800-882-7426. Thank you.